Welcome back, everyone! Are you ready for the ending? That isn't going to be coming today. That'll be coming probably in a few days or a week or whatever from now. It's gonna be a while still. Because it's only end part 1. It's not end part 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. It's not end to end. Which is unfortunate, but oh well, what can you do about it? So now we know who the Gyakuten really was. Yeah, we established it alright. And yet, there remains much to this case that needs to be resolved.
Like how the weapons cross country lines, for example. The two countries have incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. Short of a miracle, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in.
Smuggling them in, huh? We will need to open a new line of investigation on just this aspect alone. But before we do, I would like to go through my evidence once more. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been, rearranged. Hey, there's a VCR here, sir! So let's see, where is all this unnecessary... Oh, so much unnecessary stuff here. My gosh, we didn't actually get rid of that much stuff, it looks like. So let's see, evidence from... I forgot to look at this stuff, actually. Evidence from the KGA to card containing orders from boss of smuggling ring to Cochin. Ooh, that blood, man. That's so much blood. And then the videotape, evidence from a KG8, Faraday had attained it once, but the Ernest Amano had stolen it. He had it stolen, whatever. It doesn't really matter, actually. Or does it?
KG8 incident. The KG8 incident. The KG8 incident. This was the case in which an unwitting CCU was murdered, when she was to expose the connection between the Amano group and the smuggling ring. This was also when the group the Yatagarasu was first formed. Are the events of this case connected to the case from 10 years ago somehow?
It might have been. It might not have been. Who knows?
This blood belongs to Detective Fate, who was killed in my office by Mr. Portsman. Sadly, it would appear that he was partnered with anyone but a good prosecutor.
Yeah, that is rather unfortunate. What can you do about it? You might just have bad things happen every now and then, and that's all there is to that tape, unfortunately. Hey, there's a VCR here, sir! Now we can see what's on that tape Detective Bad gave us!
This piece of evidence from the KG8 incident, hidden from sight for 10 long years. I just know that this is related to the current case somehow. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please play the tape for us.
Sure thing, sir! Ooh, this should be interesting. Let's see what we got. Is it gonna fire up? Oh, it's him! It's Manny Cochin!
This man, it's Manny Cochin.
And he's holding a knife in his hand.
This looks like footage from a security cam at the entrance of an apartment building.
An apartment building? How do you figure that?
Unlike you, I actually read the summary file on the KGA incident. Read the summary file. Is there really a difference? I don't think there is. And the crime scene was the victim's own apartment.
So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment building.
At the trial, Mr. Faraday claimed that this piece of footage existed.
However, no one could find it.
Yes, somehow someone was able to steal it and hide it to Mr. Ernest Amano.
I can see how this would have been a definitive piece, and why someone would want to hide it.
But it's a piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case. There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir.
Actually, I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now. The ringleader even went so far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve it. Which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient bit of footage to the ringleader.
Where?
Wait, was that?
Huh?
That bit you played just now, please show it to me again. This card. This is something we cannot overlook.
Why is that, sir?
Look here, Detective Gumshoe.
Well... I'm assuming we're talking about the person in the car, but... Like... Who is that? I wonder.
Don't you find this section to be particularly
What?
Of interest? Oh. Oh, I'm blind. I did not see that at all, actually. Now I see it.
I don't see anything at all. Oh, are you talking about that thing, sir? I read that you can capture ghosts on film. Is that what that is, sir?
I mean, kind of looks like a ghost a little bit, I guess.
So, where is it in the picture, sir?
I'm pointing right at it, Gumshoe. Come on. You have to give me a little bit more faith every now and then, you know? That's quite enough. How could he have mistaken this for an apparition?
It's a good question.
Look here, Detective Gumshoe.
I can't believe it. I didn't see that.
It was subtle in a way, but I mean, not really, but for some reason, I don't know why I didn't see it. I honestly don't know why. This is the national flag of the Principality of Cordopia. And because it has a national flag on it, we know this to be an official government car. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what was a government car doing there? Ah! Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth, so you were here all this time!
Past midnight, isn't it your past your bedtime right now? Ambassador Alba!
Thank you very much for continuing the investigation even at this time of night! Oh, if only I was even a tiny bit more careful! This tragedy would never have happened! I am truly sorry!
What if he is the ringleader, I wonder?
This wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to do with how careful you were. You idiot, Quirkus! You couldn't chase after a simple thief! Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for you two of you. I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a while. Can you do that?
Excuse me?
Suspicious. I heard you've apprehended the thief that turned this embassy upside down. And we're in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. We can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here forever. You're scaring the visitors away, so I hope that you can understand how I feel. But we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues. Why don't we leave the rest to the Alabastian and Babylese police?
Ambassador, we are so close, just a little more and...
Miss Von Karma, I'm afraid I made up my mind. And without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right? Excuse me.
That's true, however...
As he said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be Alabastian soil, in which case we are nothing but foreigners in their land. Is this really where our investigation ends? Hold it! Shifu, we found Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Shifu, this way!
Why is he back already, and why do you come through that door?
Yo.
I'm able to walk up and gunshot pretty dang easily, you know?
Agent Lang, you're back on the scene rather quickly.
If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose the scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Agent Lang, why have you returned?
Because I have to solve this case no matter what.
Well, I'm sorry to inform you. And don't take this the wrong way. I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief, and so... Under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold. After all, I believe your own police can handle things from here. Our own police, I should say, not your police. I mean, obviously, I just said you can't continue an investigation, but whatever. Anyway, they're quite capable. ... Arg! At this rate, our investigation really will come to a close.
Ambassador Alba, I get it now, I really do.
Oh! I'm very glad you understand how I feel!
No, not that. What I was talking about is... I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder.
You!
No! The... killer?!
Do you really mean that, Agent Lang?
Wolves don't lie.
Then who is it?
Well, let me first say that I'm not talking about Mr. Kochin's murder. That was all Sheena.
Well, wait, I mean, I get it. Callisto is a freaking scumbag, but
I don't feel like she said what she said for no reason. I feel like maybe she actually isn't the killer. Well, I don't know. I mean, she literally ran in there and then boom, he's dead. There's no way she did it that fast. I mean, come on. That's ridiculous, especially with Kay right on the trail like that. I don't think it's possible. Maybe there is some truth to what she was saying. I don't really know for sure, but I feel like there could be truth, but Langs, I don't know. I'm just suspecting that Alba guy now because he's been very suspicious as of the last 2 minutes. Because reasons. Langzy says the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself. The truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this: who do you think was Damask 2's killer? I'll tell you who. It was you, Francisca von Karma. Is this a joke? I was the killer? Hey, wait, but that's impossible. Yeah. Although that whip is actually quite... Yow! Hold your tongue in that ludicrous remark you were about to make.
Agent Lang, are you seriously accusing her of murder?
Yeah, I am.
He doesn't appear to be joking.
Hey sis, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech. He called you into his office, right? Yes, he did! But what does that have to do with anything? I'm getting to that. Furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Alabaston and Babel, did you not? Objection! And where is your evidence that I am the killer? I was just getting to that. Trust me, I'll show them to you in due time. Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission? ...
With things as they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I?
Good, then let's move out. Oh, and don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping a close eye on you. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. As if I would have any reason to flee! But just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. Because I'll accept nothing short of a perfect explanation!
She seems rather upset, not that I blame her.
I expect that you'd accept no less. But we'll see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that. Arrgh!
Agent Lang, as someone related to tonight's case, I request you allow me to take part, and so that I may clean up my superior's mess.
I guess I should. The more the merrier, especially when it's the prosecutor, yeah, whatever, I don't know. It's a peanut gallery. Oh, in that case, I wanted to join in too. I still haven't seen what it looks like in Alabast yet. If you let Kay in, then you've gotta let me in too, pal. I can't sit around and do nothing when Miss Von Karma's in trouble. Hey, Gummy, let's have a competition to see who can save her first, okay? Okay, I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah, I'm fired up and raring to go. Too bad it's gonna be neither of you is gonna do it because it's gonna be Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself who's gonna do it, of course.
As a detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited over.
Sounds like this is going to get real interesting. Ambassador Alba, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride.
Very well! But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance!
I'll have this whole mess cleaned up before you know it. Now let's go. How the heck does he suspect Francisca? Is he an idiot? March 15th, 12:53 p.m. a.m., Alabastian Embassy, Ambassador's Office. Also, that's a lot of time that's passed. Wasn't it just after midnight? Now it's almost 1. Geez, that's a lot of time for a very short amount of time. Okay, now let's first go over the facts one more time. Manny Cochin's body was found over in the Secretariat's office in Babel. The weapon that took his life was one of Alabast's ornamental knives. And then the body of Damask 2, Mr. Kashi no, was found here in the Alabastian Ambassador's office. Through our investigation, we found that the murder weapon was a Prima Duck statue. And that this is actually
Babel statue. Wait, what if Kashino was actually the freaking ringleader and he was actually dead this entire time? I mean, did Sheena ever see the corpse? I mean, it's not like she would have ever had a chance to freak out at it, would she have? I don't know, actually. My profile, that's what I'm going for. What is he requested by the steal permanent statue by Coach? Oh. The fact that he's related to Koshin does actually make me wonder now. His body's not an alabaster. This case, no matter how I look at it. Sis, if it wasn't you, then there's no one else who could have pulled this off.
Agent Lang, do you understand the full implications of what you are saying?
Of course I do, sis, and I'm serious. You were on the trail, the smuggling ring, and you wanted any evidence you could find. And so while people were distracted by the Yadagarasu's appearance, you snuck in here. That's when you two ran into each other. You and the other thief who took advantage of the confusion from the fire.
Objection!
Even if all that were true, how do you explain the win with the weapons?
Hold on a second. Okay, just wanted to check something real quick.
Even if all that were true, how do you explain the win with the weapons?
Don't worry, I plan to show that you're the culprit behind that too. You had permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could have easily taken the weapon across country lines. Hey now. Look, sis, I thought I already told you, I'm not messing around here. Also, that was an auto advance right there. That was kind of weird. This case is directly tied to the smuggling ring, but Sheena certainly is tied to the smuggling ring.
He is right in saying that she is a member of the smuggling ring. However, the connection between the case and the ring, could it not be deeper than what any of us could imagine?
Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already!
Francisca, you need to calm down, because you only know the facts of the Alabastrian side of the case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole and therefore solve it.
What?
But don't worry, I am taking this seriously as well, and I will prove your innocence.
That's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. If you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis, of course, your explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well.
Of course, and I will. Let us now delve into the truth behind the murder of the Mask 2.
You do understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Lang. If you can't figure out how the murder of the Mask 2 is related to the smuggling ring, then it'll mean the end of our investigation.
As long as I have no good counter-argument to his hypothesis, then the best I can do is walk this thin tightrope and see what I can do.
Come now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's get started.
Yes, let's.
It's time for a testimony, never mind, whatever. I don't get it, what's the difference? It's arguments and testimonies are all the same thing, really. Border crossing weapons? One of Alabast's knives was used in Babel to murder Mr. Koshin. And the murder weapon in the killing of Damask 2 is Babel's Prima Duck statue. Somehow these two objects were to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you.
Was it, you mean Callisto, you? So as long as I can't explain how the weapons moved about, Francisca will remain a suspect?
You got it, Mr. Prosecutor. So why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who the heck can carry a weapon across country lines? I worked through every possibility, but there's only one that's plausible. Your boss.
Agent Lang, what I've learned from you just now is that you've lost sight of yourself.
What are you talking about?
By focusing too intently on that which is in front of us, we become blind to the truth. Don't tell me Lang Z never said anything to that effect.
You prosecutor! Who do you think you are, speaking about Lang Z's proverbs like that?
I don't need his proverbs, because my words are all you will need to see the truth.
Rebuttal, border crossing weapons? One of Alabast's knives was used in Babel to murder Mr. Koshin. Well, that's very interesting. This is getting very crazy now. Oh my gosh, Francisca von Karma suspect? Is that why she never showed up again? Later? In Apollo Justice? I mean, my gosh, Apollo could have met a really fierce ally there and stuff, and I don't really know. Francisca, where'd you go? Seriously, I'm confused. Why'd you have to go away?
I don't know. I'm just kidding. She's probably, I don't know. For all I know, she's probably in a security investigation too. So what do I know? I don't freaking know. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I want to be surprised when I eventually play that game, because I figure that chances are I'm probably going to be playing that game at some point in the very near future. Whether it's the next series, who knows? I mean, we've technically have yet to break the same series curse still, but after all this time. But, you know, who knows? Maybe this will be the one. I don't know. I have no idea. But regardless, though, I'm sure whether it's the next series or the one after that, or 3 series from now, 4 series from now, whatever, I'm sure at some point in the near future I'm going to be playing it. So, I'm just saying now. And I feel like she's probably going to be in it. But regardless, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I already did this, so hold it.
I concur that this knife crossed over country lines.
Good, but that's not the only thing that did. We mustn't forget about the other weapon. The knife was only one. And the murder weapon and the killing of Damask 2 is Babel's Primaduck statue.
So you're saying that the Primaduck statue was also brought over by Francisca?
Like I said, like I told you before, that's the only way it makes sense.
And how exactly did she bring it over?
I haven't figured that out yet.
That's a rather weak statement considering how sure you are.
Maybe. But there is one thing I do know for sure. Somehow these 2 objects were able to penetrate the 2 countries' impenetrable security.
Impenetrable? I should hardly think so.
You've seen the top of the wall between the 2 countries, right? Who in the world would cross over that?
Yeah, not even I could climb over that thing with all that barbed wire.
The only way to enter is into either embassy is through the doors in the theatrical trellis. The only way for the knife and the Primaduck statue to traverse the 2 countries is through those security camera-equipped, well-guarded doors. The only one who traversed the 2 countries just before and after the crimes was you.
Was Francisca really the only person to travel between the 2 countries?
According to the guards at both doors, she's the only one to go back and forth. The sis there was in Alabasta when the Yatagarasu showed. And then just before you guys found Mr. Kosh's body, she entered Babel.
Oh, excuse me.
I think we can assume that's when she brought the knife into Babel.
Then how do you explain the Primaduck statue?
I haven't quite figured that out yet. However, the fact that the 2 weapons crossed the border proves the killer must have also traveled across the country lines.
The only things to cross the border are the Primaduck statue and the knife? I should hardly think that those are the only 2 items, Agent Lang.
One of Alabast's knives was used.
Oh, okay, so... the only one who traversed the 2 countries just before that was you. Some of these 2 objects were able to penetrate the 2 countries' impenetrable security. Okay. One of the Alabasta knives was used so this one? Somehow these 2 objects were able to penetrate the 2 countries' impenetrable security. So what, I'm supposed to look at another one that's done just that? Is that what I'm doing? Is that what the thing has happened now? I don't really know. I guess we'll see. Kradopian paper document. Not related in smuggling of Babylon's ink. It appears to be linked to Mr. Kochin. I'm going to assume that's not related. Maybe. Possibly. 2 large flowers in bloom, and the vines are supported by stakes and are still glowing. I wonder. Oh. Oh. I see. And we're talking about this thing, aren't we? And then that got into... Yeah, that's correct. Probably correct anyway. Let me just look at the rest of the stuff. I think that might be the answer. It's going to be the answer.
Objection! It's not the answer! What? Holy moly, I'm confused.
Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this piece of evidence. You see that there is a very big flaw in your logic, so that just ruined everything.
Flaw? Are you sure it's not your eyes that are flawed?
That was Manny Kochin's writing, and we found it here. So that traveled between the 2 countries also.
Talk to me again when you can see straight.
Maybe this wasn't the piece I was looking for after all.
Somehow these 2 objects were able to penetrate the country's impenetrable security. The murder weapon, Babel's Primaduck statue.
One of Alabast's knives was used in Babel to murder Mr. Caution. Yeah, it does seem like that is the case anyway. But what do I do to prove things? I need to prove things, dang it. Found at the open air stage, looks like a guitar pick. It's also wet for some reason. Huh. It's also wet for some reason? Does that mean that it was found at the whatchamacallit? Part of the Rose Garden pool auto refills the water when the water level is too low. Huh? I wonder. I do wonder. My gosh, I don't know actually. This is really confusing to me. Evidence from the KGA continues smuggling and coaching. Okay. Well, maybe this one also made it in? Is that something to consider, maybe? Present for embassy staff, Miss Oldbag took and ate a few from the dressing room. Where would I use this? I mean, I'm sure that's not... I don't think that's related here, but where in the world am I going to use this? Because this just has, that has not gone away for whatever reason. Oh, jeez. That's going to be the definitive evidence that proves everything. Just wait and see, everyone. Just wait and see. One of Alabast's knives was used in the battle. Okay, so I don't think we can dispute that. And the murder weapon in the killing of Damascus was Babel's permadex statue. Wait. Wait a second now. Wait a second now. Is that true, or is it the other statue? I don't know. Somehow these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. The only one who traversed the two countries before. What does he say if I just do this? The only things to cross the border are the permadex statue and the knife. I should hardly think that those are the only two items, Agent Lang. The only one who traversed the two countries before and after the crimes was you. Wait. Would I show that to this? No. I'm so disappointed, Agent Lang, about this piece of evidence. Lang Z says, confidence is like a soul, and words without confidence are but empty shells. You shouldn't waste your breath on words you have no confidence in, Mr. Prosecutor. Although it's just as bad to say something in full confidence and be wrong. Arg! Are you going to let him lecture you about your self-confidence like that? I don't need to be overflowing with self-confidence. I just need to think rationally. After all, I only need to be confident in the facts. I wonder what that could mean. Somehow these two objects really depended on security, so if it wasn't the one thing. So maybe... I mean, this was on the open air stage and it was wet. No. Okie dokie, whatever. I'm so confused, man. I thought just because it was wet, maybe it was in the freaking Rose Garden pool or whatever. That statement just now stands in contradiction to this piece of evidence. That thing has nothing to do with what I was saying. Now put it away. Your logic is so badly in need of repair that you might as well throw it out too. It's the real deal here. Your courtroom mannerisms are worthless at a crime scene. Nerk! You dare to insult the courts? Oh, I'm running out of space here. What do I do? Let's look over everything one more time here. What can we do here? A set of still produce very luxurious coat pair which is made of wet crystal. They are also known to generously something. It was a fake, but swapped with the real one. It is originally from Alabast. Okay. So that is true. That is very true, I guess. So this is... Wait, let me look at this again. Babel's permadex statue. Okay, so that's correct, I guess. I suppose. A single stab to the base and neck. Body wasn't badly burnt by the fire. The blade is definitely Alabast. Was this carried across country lines? Was it? I mean, I'm sure it was, but... I'm so lost, man. The handle on this knife was made to be removable. The killer tried to make this look like a Babelese knife by switching the two handles, which means that there must be some reason behind that action. I do wonder why, though. I do wonder why. Yatagarasu stole this from the embassy 7 years ago. It is also a knife. Can I prove anything just using this for some reason? This Yatagarasu's key was originally made to open the safe in the Babylonis Embassy's Secretariat's office. And whilst the blade looks like a simple knife at first glance, when viewed head-on, it's actually the same shape as the second keyhole in the safe. His key was stolen by the Yatagarasu 7 years ago from the Kradopian embassy, which suggests that this was made while Kradopia was still existed as a country.
Boy, I do not know the answer at all right now, and that's very concerning, of course. Obviously. But what do I do? How do I fix the answer, man?
We discovered this trick 7 years ago, and with it we were able to corner Miss Yu. But who would have thought that I'd see this key again after all this time? I don't know, man. It's not that far-fetched to think this end of the key was meant to be a butterfly. The key maker must have been a true patriot to have fashioned this after the national symbol.
Wait, who has the national symbol as the butterfly again? It's Babel. I see. I think that is correct anyway. Let me look at this embassy guide. Yeah, the butterfly is definitely Babel, it looks like. So, what? What then? What happened? What could have happened in this area that's made it impossible? Doc related to smuggling of Babylonis Inc. It appears to point to Mr. Koshin. Okay. That's cool. I suppose. But one of those was carried with Francisca, so that technically also penetrated the two countries' impenetrable security. Bills circulating Zengfa made by Coach, and they were all burned up in Babel. Cool. 2 large flowers in bloom. The vines are supported by stakes and are still growing. Could that just... Where am I going with this here, exactly? Am I trying to say, like, it went through the window?
Impenetrable? I should hardly think so.
Okay. You see the wall between the two countries, right? Who in the world would cross over that? And not even I could climb over that with all the barbed wire. The only way the doors in the Theatrum Neutralis. The only way for the knife and the primitive extension to traverse the two countries is through the security camera equipped well-guarded doors. But that is one of the things, though. Where I'm so don't know. I still don't know. I just don't know, man. Found part of the rose garden pool auto refills with water when the water level's too low. I don't know if that's related either. And that doesn't work, because we knew that already. Photo taken after the first fire thing. Oh, is that the wall they were talking about? Now I understand. Photo taken after the first fire and 4th and 5th floors are taking place. Excuse me. That is a big time excuse me, man. 2 fires broke out in Babel today. Touch check on for details. The first fire at the Babylonis embassy occurred in the jam in the show. The fire occurred to the 1st, 4th, 5th floor and took it until the end of the show to put the fire out. The second fire at the Babylonis embassy occurred after the jam in the show. The fire occurred on the 3rd floor and Mr. Coach's office caught fire during this. I'm so confused. A good length of wire that was wound up in the Babel's grandfather clock. There are signs that the revolving fireplace wall on Babel's side has been used. Hair sticks with a candy stripe pattern on them. There's some dirt on the tips. Wait a second now. Could these have been used as climbing tools? I wonder. This seems a little bit extreme, but maybe? I was when the KGA isn't getting the coaching. I don't know if that's okay. I'm gonna give footage showing Coach entering this KGA crime scene. Oh no, what could be happening right now? I wonder. Alright, so this is what I'm thinking here. This is going to be incredibly risky, but I'm going to try here. The only one who could traverse the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. So, some of these two everybody want to maybe if I show these? No. No! I'm doomed! Oh, the people calling for the guilty verdict are about to be right, because there's no way even I can escape from this one.
That statement just now stands in contradiction to this piece of evidence. That thing has nothing to do with what I was saying. Now put it away. And your logic is so badly in need of repair that you might as well throw it out too. This is the real deal here. I already said that too. Whatever, I don't care. Whatever, you see. When I'm gonna go try the versus going after the crimes of you. Somehow these two objects were able to penetrate the country's internal security. And the murder weapon of the killing is the Massachusetts Apple's Primidex statue.
Hold it!
I'll read this again just to be sure. The Primidex statue was also brought over by Francisca. Like I told you before, that's the only way it makes sense.
Hold it!
Now exactly bring it over. I haven't figured that out yet. That's a rather weak statement considering how sure you are. Maybe, but there's one thing I do know for sure. It's just because this is a weak statement? Maybe that would be what I have to look as? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I'm a freaking idiot, aren't I? Oh my gosh. One of Alabast's knives was used in the battle to murder Mr. Cochin. Is it this one? And the murder weapon is the killing the Massachusetts. One of these two objects were able to penetrate this. What did I present that for? Did I present it for this? Oh. Oh, but this isn't this. What did I present it to already? Was it this one or was it that one? Or is it this one I'm supposed to present it to? Is it actually this thingy? Because it says this is a request to steal the Primidex statue. So, Guilty! Yeah! Woo! The statement just now stands to contradict the evidence. I don't know, everyone. Looks like I've got all the answers I need. Come on, sis, it's time for us to go. Arg! Agent Lang, please wait. Sorry, but I'm tired of waiting. Because I'm not one for waiting around for others to solve my case. Eck!
Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you do something about this at once!
Eck, but I'm at a loss of what to do myself. Well, I know I have plenty to ask the sis here about. Let's go.
Miles!
Is this really where it all ends? Thus the truth was lost for all eternity.
So dramatic. Well, for those of you who guessed I would be guilty, you unfortunately were correct. And it doesn't make any sense. Well, anyway, let's see. It wasn't that one. It wasn't this one. So I don't. Was it statement 4 I did that for? Did I do statement 3? Okay, so I did. Or maybe I didn't. I don't know. What did I do? I'm gonna have to try statement 4 again. I don't care if I did it wrong twice in the same one, but like there's obviously something wrong here. Like clearly Francisca did not transport it because there's a freaking thing to steal the Primidex statue from Cochin. For Pete's sake, how does that not prove anything? If that doesn't prove anything, this makes no freaking sense. None. Zero. Absolutely none. So there we go. Well, let's present this one more time. Even if I already did it already. I don't remember if I did or not. Yeah. So, this evidence is irrelevant even though it should be completely irrelevant. It makes no sense. And what, you're trying to say that Francisca is the one who got this note? No. Francisca did not get the note from Cochin. It was freaking Damas 2 that got the note from Cochin. In fact, I think it even says it on here, doesn't it? No, it doesn't actually. Whatever. I don't know. Statement 1. This would make even less sense, but heck with it. Nope. Didn't think so. Well, I have no idea. I have no idea, everyone. I have no idea. I'm going to present the other Primidex statue. Didn't think so. Why would that work? Have a look at this piece of evidence. You see that there is a big, very big flaw in your logic. Huh? Are you sure it's not you guys' blood? Talking again, but you can see straight. Nerk? No, that wasn't the flaw. I was looking at it. You know what I mean? I don't really know, actually. How about the others? The other one, no? I don't think so either. Well, anyway, everyone, I guess on the next exciting episode, now that I got that out of the way, I think we're gonna, I'm just gonna get the right answer. So, until then, everyone, let me know what you think the right answer is, and I don't know. I just don't know. That sucks! I am so bad at this game, apparently. I don't get it. Ugh. Well, anyway, everyone, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.